So do you also use gravity forms for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to subscribe Zenler Funnel on gravity forms submission. So over here I'm running an edutech company and we regularly conduct webinars for these same, and we use gravity forms to collect the registrations of these webinars. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new form submission in my gravity forms, automatically a subscriber should be added in my Zenler Funnel, so that we can send marketing emails and further emails automatically without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between gravity forms and Zenler, and to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to automatically add leads from gravity forms to Zenler funnels without any manual work. If you are an online coaching creator or a coach or using gravity form to capture these signups and Zenler to deliver your content, this automation ensures that every new lead is instantly added to your funnel. Whether it's a free course, webinar series or paid program, this setup streamlines onboarding and helps you to nurture leads right from the start. So let's build this seamless integration step by step. And first, I've already created this integration, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this. So as you can see that I've successfully filled in my form right over here, and now I'm just going to successfully submit this form. And as you can see that I've successfully submitted this form, and now I'm just going to open my Zenler, and using these details only a new subscriber will be added right over here in this funnel. So I'm just going to refresh it right from here, and as you can see the leads have turned into 2 and a new subscriber has been added in this workshop funnel. So I'm just going to open it right from here, and as you're going to see that the details are exactly the same which we entered right over here during our test submission. So yes, this is no magic, this is the power of automation which we're going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm just going to simply open a new tab, and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here it's just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And over here to get started with the automation, we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I saved my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to name my workflow as this: automatically add gravity forms leads to Zenler funnel. And then we're just going to simply click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger with multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application as gravity forms. So I'm just going to search for gravity forms right over here, and then I'm just going to simply select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new response, and now it has given me a webhook URL. So we're just going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between my gravity forms and my Pabbly Connect's workflow. So I'm just going to simply copy this webhook URL. Then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my gravity forms account and open the form for which I want to create this integration. So I'm just just going to open this form, which is this event registration form, because I'm just going to collect the event registration, which is the webinar registration, using this form only. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go towards this settings and then towards this webhooks right over here. And if you're not getting the option of this webhooks right over here, what you have to do is you have to go towards this plugins and you first have to add in plugin. I'm just going to show you the plugin name by going towards this install plugin, and over here I'm just going to look for this webhook. So what you have to do is you simply have to add the plugin first and you have to activate this plugin on your account, all right, and then only you're going to see the option of this webhooks right over here, all right. So I'm just going to go towards that form once again, and then I'm just going to go towards this settings and then towards this webhooks. And after coming over here towards this webhooks, we are just going to add the webhook. Further, I'm just going to click on this add new right over here. It is asking me for the webhook name, so I'm just going to keep it as same only. For the request URL, I'm just going to simply paste the URL which we copied from my workflow. For the request method, I'm just going to keep it as post. For the request format, I'm just going to keep it as JSON. And now it is asking me to select the name, or you can see the headers. So if you wish, you can definitely select the headers and the value right over here, but this is not required, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. If you wish, you can definitely select right over here. Now I'm just going to move on further. It is asking me for many other details, so I'm just going to keep it as same right over here and click on this save settings. And once I'm just going to click on this save settings, as you can see, setting updated, and we have successfully added this webhook URL right over here. And now I'm just going to do the test submission. And now to do the test submission, I'm just going to go towards this preview option right over here, and I'm just going to do the test submission with the different details. Let's say this time for the name, I'm just going to keep it as dummy user. Over here, going to see the email, the phone number, the address. I'm just going to click on this next right over here. Over here for the gender, I'm just going to select it as male, age as this. Now, how did you hear about this event? I'm just going to select it as social media, click on next. I'm just going to purchase 2 tickets and click on this submit. And as you can see that we have successfully submitted this. So now I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here going to see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You're going to see the same email, the same phone number. Over here going to see how did you hear about this webinar, the gender, the age, and the rest of the details. So yes, with this we have successfully captured all of these details, and now using these details only, I'm just going to add a Zenler Funnel subscriber. So for that, I'm just going to select my action application as Zenler right over here. I'm just going to search for Zenler and select it, and then I'm just going to move on forward for the action event. I'm just going to select it as subscribe to funnel and click on this connect. I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection. It is asking me for the API key and the school/account. So first I'm just going to get this school. So over here I'm just going to open my Zenler account, and I'm just going to copy this whole URL and paste it right over here. And in the help text, it has clearly mentioned that school name is, which is after this https / and before .newzenler.com. So as you can see that my school name is Pabbly right over here. So I'm just going to erase everything which is not necessary and keep the school name. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to get the API key using the school name only. I'm just going to simply copy this URL in the help text, open it in a new tab right over here, and over here for the school name, I'm just going to enter my school name, which is Pabbly. So I'm just going to enter Pabbly right over here, and I'm just going to open this URL to get my API key. And as you can see that this is my API key, so I'm simply going to copy this API key. Then I'm just going to paste it right over here in this API key section and click on this save. And now it is asking me to select the funnel. So over here, if you want to create funnel, you can definitely create multiple funnels. I've already created one, so I'm just going to add this gravity form submission into this workshop funnel and move on further. Now for the first name, I'm just going to enter the first name which we received from the response of a gravity form, but we are not going to enter the name manually or by copy pasting it, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected gravity forms as a trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of a trigger application only, and as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm simply going to map this first name right over here, which was dummy. Then I'm just going to map the last name right over here, which was user right over here. So I'm just going to map it. Now I'm just going to map the email address which we received from the response of a previous step. I'm just going to map the address to which we received. So as you can see that this is the street address which we have received. I'm just going to map the city to right over here. So one by one, I'm just going to map all of these details. Then I'm just going to map the state, and now I'm just going to map the phone number right over here. Then I'm just going to map the zip code. So one by one, we have to map all of these details, all right? And as you can see that we have successfully mapped all of these details, and now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, it is saying message success. So we have successfully added this subscriber to our Zenler funnel. funnel. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my Zenler and I'm just going to refresh it right over here to check for the new subscriber added. So yes, you can see that we have successfully turned the leads into 3, and over here a new subscriber has been added named Dummy. So I'm just going to open it, and we're going to see that this is the same name, which is Dummy User, and also you're going to see the same email address. So yes, with this we have successfully created this amazing automation, and now what is going to happen is, like I showed you in the starting of this video, whenever my user is going to fill in this form, automatically a new lead, or you can say a new subscriber, will be added in this workshop funnel. All of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. Now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect, and while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.